All right, welcome back to On Main Street with Rick Amato. What about the state of the economy? Are we in a good state? Are we in a poor state? It's hard to tell when you go into media and watch media reports because it depends what channel you're watching or what website you're reading. So let's find out what everyday Americans are feeling in today's economy. There's gonna be good, there's gonna be bad, there's gonna be in between, and we'll find out what sort of grade should the Trump administration get. And again, it's not a black and white story. There's some good, there's some not so good, there's some in between, and that's just the way life is. Joining me at this time is Senior Wealth Advisor at the Ackerman Wealth Financial Group out of Clearwater, Florida, Jake Ackerman. Jake, good to have you with us.
Rick, hey, it's good to be back. It's been a while.
It's been a while. All right, state of the economy. You're working with everyday Americans as a wealth advisor, at Ackerman Financial Group. What's your take on things?
Well, to clarify there, Rick, we work with a lot of business owners, businesses, small and medium-sized businesses.
Okay.
So certainly the backbone of the economy. They have their hand on the pulse of the U.S. economy, and it's been a tough year. It's been a tough couple of years. We had the huge inflation spike in 2021 and 2022. It started to come down, but we're still seeing some major impacts from that. And people were hoping that we'd recover. And if you listen to the news media, they tell you inflation is still at all-time highs. It's all tariffs' fault, and that's just not the case. The inflation peaked in 2021. I think it was at a top of a hill, and it's been coming down, but it's not negative. The Fed tells us their goal is a 2% inflation target, which is 2% increase annually. So the Fed is even looking for some kind of inflation, but the only way to actually get negative is, unfortunately, probably have some kind of recession, or maybe the better approach is have to deal with a little bit of inflation, but people's pay, their business revenue, and it greatly increases, then well outpaces that inflation, and that's no longer a burden. But that takes time. A lot of time, we've had a year of the Trump administration. That's not even a year. We're in 11 months, but we got to give this some more time. So right now, the state is things are fragile under the hood. It looks damaged. It's been being beat on for the last 4 or 5 years. And it just hasn't had a chance to rebound yet. And, we probably need more time, unfortunately.
Well, as you say, Jake, it takes time. The media always wants something yesterday, it's a process. What sort of grade would you give the Trump administration?
Well, let's say a B or an A or a B of things that they're doing that could impact future. We're just not seeing the results yet.
Yeah.
I think the things are, trying to bring back manufacturing, supporting our technology boom, all very important things. It's going to be an AI race, but every new revolution, there is a extreme euphoria followed by a decline, and then you have the adoption, the real adoption. And you've seen that during the Industrial Revolution, vehicles. You had the horse and buggy before that, the printing press, and you had so over and over again, and then most recently the dot-com bust. But internet's revolutionized, even though we had a big blow up in all those different stocks. And it's really not just there was bad companies, there were some bad companies, but overinvestment into things because of the euphoric time, probably something right now. So his actions, great, but the messaging on it, and I know it's it's a tough environment. Do you come out and say, hey, things are bad, and we're going to go into recession? You guarantee a recession. Or you say, hey, do our best. Things are great right now. We're doing our best. Things are great. And then maybe everything works out. But the reality is things are not great. People are getting squeezed, and I'm not saying it's his fault. But he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. The reality is things are bad, but they should be better, much better in the future. we just got to take some medicine, and it's unfortunately doing the the overstimulus from the COVID pandemic, the extra $2 trillion in stimulus packages from 2021 and into 2022 that, now we're dealing with the punches.
Wow. Good observation and input there, Jake. Uh, any advice or general advice, if you will, for the American public out there in regarding how to
Yeah.
work through this economy?
Yeah. I mean, just be ready for, it's the likelihood of a tough time and a storm coming is very highly likely. Um, we go through these business cycles, recessions, good times, and we're just so far past due a recessionary period. And I think a lot of it had to do with for sure the COVID pandemic and the stimulus from that. But just don't get over indebted. I know people are racking up consumer credit card debt. They're using buy now, pay later to purchase goods. You got to prepare, cut back some spending, and man down the hatchet because we're likely going to go through a storm, and if you're prepared, we're going to come out on the other side of this better than we've ever been. But we're in this place right now, and it's just the nature of economics.
All right. Jake Ackerman, Ackerman Financial Group. Thank you for joining us.
Rick, as always, thanks for having me.
You bet.
Back with more of On Main Street right after this.